Hello, sunshines! Welcome to our show. It's a new day for new, fresh, and exciting stories to talk about, giving you surprising news that will surely make you interested, keeping you in track and updated to every single details about our guest. I am your host, Vinshane Roldan, and this is The Spotlight. For today's episode, we have a very special guest. I personally admire this person and I am so happy to interview him today. Let us all welcome our birthday celebrant, Mr. Jose Rizal.
Buenos dias, señoras. Magandang umaga.
Wow! It's a rare opportunity to have you on this platform, Mr. Rizal. Happy birthday! How are you feeling right now?
Greetings. I am so happy and blessed to be here. Honestly, I am nervous, but I hope we get along well.
That's great! As we all know, Jose Rizal is a talented student back then. He excels not just in academics, but also in extracurricular activities. He is a powerful leader and a writer himself. Tell us, Mr. Rizal, where did you get the inspiration to write such amazing novels and poems?
Of course, all my writings were inspired by my family, my religion, education, childhood memories, as well as my past relationship.
Speaking of relationships, I heard that you almost had 12 women in your life. Am I right, Rizal?
Nothing to boast around, but yeah, I can't blame my teenage self for loving such a wonderful woman back then. I used to be so charismatic, and I admit that I am a player sometimes.
How to be you po, Mr. Rizal? Anyways, if given a chance, do you wish to see them in your birthday?
Why not? We haven't seen each other for such a long time, so I think it's okay to have a mini reunion.
Well, if you wish to see them in your birthday, then your wish is my command. Please welcome our surprise guest this morning, some of Rizal's greatest love, Ms. Segunda Katigbak, Leonor Rivera, Consuelo Ortiga E. Perez, and Rizal's current love, Miss Josephine Bracken. Welcome, ladies!
Hello everyone, I am Segunda Katigbak and it's really my pleasure to be with you today.
Hi! A pleasant morning everyone. I am Leonor Rivera. It's nice meeting you all.
Buenos dias, soy Consuelo Ortiga E. Perez from Madrid. It is a great opportunity to join you in this platform. Thank you for having us here.
Good morning, everyone. I am Josephine Bracken, and I'm happy to be here with you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for accepting our invitations, ladies. I know that you are all busy, but thank you for giving us some of your time. I'll get back to you later, because for now, I want to ask Rizal. Now that you saw them, how are you feeling? Are you surprised?
I am very surprised. I didn't know that I'd be able to see them today. Thinking about the past, I am now afraid for your next question.
Oh, you know me too well. Since your past groupies are all here, why not talk about it, right? Mr. Rizal, can you tell us your love story? How did you end up having a relationship with such beautiful women like them? Let's start with the first one.
At the age of 16 in 1874, the first woman that I admired was Julia. I met her along the Dapalit River. That was a short admiration only. Then I met Segunda, my very first girl.
Wow! At a very young age, you felt love already. Miss Segunda Katigbak, can you tell us how you and Rizal met?
Sure, yeah. As far as I remember, I was 14 when I met Rizal. He was a friend of my brother, Mariano Katigbak, and I can say that what we had back then was love at first sight.
Mr. Rizal, maaari mo bang ilarawan si Segunda noon? Anong nagustuhan mo sa kanya?
Ilalarawan ko si Segunda. Meron siyang mapupulang pisngi. May kahali-hali ng ngiti at parang ada. Ang buong katawan niya ay may paliwanag na bigay.
I wonder how Segunda felt after hearing those compliments from you back then. I wonder why. How did your relationship ended?
Although we had feelings for each other, but our relationship didn't last longer because I found out that I am already engaged with my townmate, Manuel Luz.
Oh, sorry to hear that. However, life must go on. Maybe you're not really meant for each other back then. After your relationship with Miss Segunda, you met Miss L, right, Rizal?
Jacinto Ibadulasa was Miss L's real name. I was attracted to her because of her fair with seductive and attractive eyes. However, our romance ended shortly too, since I still have a little feelings for Segunda, and my father doesn't like Miss L's family.
Allow me to continue the story, Miss Vinshane. After Miss L, Rizal then met a woman named Leonor Valenzuela, also known as Orang. And you know what? He also sent her love notes written in invisible ink.
Well, that's our way of having communication. What I admire about Orang was she's tall with a regal bearing, but our love story, like my past, also ended shortly. I don't know why, but I always had a failed relationship before.
I agree to you, Mr. Rizal, and that was so sad. But your love story was really interesting. Can you please continue, Miss Leonor Rivera? I believe that you're next after Miss Leonor Valenzuela. Am I right?
Oh, sure. Good morning, everyone. I am Leonor Rivera, the sixth woman who loved Rizal. I am Rizal's cousin in Camiling Tarlac and studied in La Concordia College. My relationship with Rizal was fine, not until my parents disagreed with our relationship. I remember using Taimis as a pen name to cover my relationship with Rizal from my family.
Really? I never thought that you had a strict parents back then, Miss Leonor Rivera. What happened next?
Well, that's life. To make the story short, we never had a chance to meet again when my family moved to the Gupan, Pangasinan. 5 years later, I married Henry Charles Kippy.
It was such a tragic ending for the both of you. Mr. Rizal, how did you manage to move on? I think that your relationship with Miss Rivera is quite serious
It's
and
hard to move on, of course, but I need to accept the fact that we can be together. Our relationship faded away just like that. Then I moved to Madrid where I met Consuelo.
Buenos dias, I'm Consuelo from Madrid. I met Rizal when he was around 21 to 22 years old. As far as I remember, he wrote a poem entitled La Señorita to express his admiration for me.
She's right. I wrote a poem for her before, for I am attracted to her beauty and vivacity. Our romance ended shortly too, since I am still engaged to Leonor Rivera, and that time a friend of mine was also madly in love with Consuelo, and I didn't wish to break our friendship because of it.
After that incident, I hear that Rizal flew to Japan, where he met Seiko Usui, a samurai daughter.
That's right. I call her OC-san. She's my ideal type of woman. She's beautiful, charming, modest, and intelligent. We fall for each other, but I have to leave since I still have a mission in Europe. While staying in London, I met Gertrude Beckett, the oldest of 3 Beckett sisters. Our romance also ended shortly since I had to move to Paris to continue my mission.
When Rizal stayed in Brussels, Belgium, he flirted with Suzanne Jacobi, but it ended up shortly because he had to go back to Madrid.
As far as I know, after Suzanne, Rizal met Nale Busted. People said that Rizal was sudden about my engagement, so he put his all attention to Nelly. Rizal plans to propose to her, but it didn't happen since he refused to give up his Catholic faith And Nelly's mother don't like Rizal as a son-in-law.
Wow, that's quite a revelation. It seems like Mr. Rizal had a relationship in every country that he visited. As far as I remember, a certain Pastora Necesario Carrion, also known as Rock, was linked to you, right, Mr. Rizal?
You're right. Looking back, I've been in different failed relationships. Luckily, I met Josephine, an Irish girl, slender, a chestnut blonde, and dressed with elegant simplicity.
That was so sweet. I wonder how the two of you met. Miss Josephine Bracken, can you tell us how the two of you ended together?
Hello everyone, once again I am Josephine Bracken, the last woman who had a relationship with Rizal. Well, I am an Irish girl who was born in Hong Kong and I was adopted by Mr. George Thelper, who later became blind. We moved to the Philippines to have his treatment and that's how I met Rizal.
Miss Josephine Bracken, how does it feel that you're the last woman in Rizal's life after all the relationships he had before? Are you perhaps jealous after hearing those stories from the ladies?
Of course, who wouldn't be jealous? But seriously, after hearing those stories, I can't help but smile for the fact that I became the endgame of Rizal. I am very lucky to meet him, and I bet those ladies think that way too. Past is past, and I think we'll all move on.
Then that's great. Now, I can say that Jose Rizal was definitely a playboy. No offense meant, but after knowing that you almost had 12 relationships before, makes me think how charismatic you are. Mr. Rizal, I have this one great question for you. Among all those ladies, aside from Miss Bracken, who do you love most?
That's quite a hard question. I think I made sure that in every relationship I had, I gave my best effort and care. But to answer your question, Rivera. But for now, I really love Josephine Bracken, and I want to focus on building our own family with her.
How about you, Miss Rivera? Rizal admitted that you're one of his great love. I know that your parents are against your relationship, but why didn't you fight for him? I mean, did it ever cross your mind?
Of course, I did think about that. But maybe everything happens for a reason. What's matter for me now is we genuinely love each other before. We tried our best and I think that's enough.
Thank you so much for filling our curiosity. Indeed, love is very unpredictable. Kaya sa lahat ng mga nagmamahal at laging nasasaktan, kapit lang, makikilala niyo rin ang inyong the one. Thank you for sharing your stories to us. It is very interesting and wonderful. Mr. Rizal, do you want to say something to your guest?
Thank you for having me here and thank you for visiting me. I am so surprised to see all you here, but I still want to thank you for coming to my life. You made me stronger, you made my life very colorful and interesting. Thank you so much.
Ladies, do you want to say something to our birthday boy?
Happy birthday, Rizal! Thank you for being part of my life, even for a short period of time. I hope you're happy, especially with the relationship you have now.
Relationship might have ended, but always remember that I did love you before. Thank you for the happy moments that we had, and happy birthday! Wish you all the best in life.
Happy birthday, Rizal. Please continue being a nice guy. I hope that you'll overcome whatever problems you may face in the future. God bless you.
Happy birthday! Please continue loving me and our future family. I am always here to support you.
That was so sweet and genuine of you, ladies. Thank you for accepting our invitation today. For the other ladies mentioned earlier, we tried to contact them but they can't make it today. Luckily, they made a special greeting for you, Mr. Rizal, and we will hand it over to you after the show. Again, thank you everyone. That ends our show for today. Thank you, dear guests, and I hope that our viewers learned something about you guys. Again, I am your host, Vinshin Roldan. You may face different problems in life, but always remember that you can be your own spotlight. Thank you so much and see you next week.